Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we had that C7 I had spoke about in the previous video here on the dyno. I did a couple of runs already trying to get some stuff dialed in, but I just put 2 extra straps on it because I'm hoping to make a couple of wide open throttle hits. It's just going to be on pump gas and meth for now. We did have a leak and I had to replace the existing meth pump. I don't know if someone had a leak there prior and tried to seal it up with something. So we got the pump replaced, got it on there, got that primed, just make sure there's no air in it. And I'm just gonna fire it up, let it warm up, just check over the fluids and get into it. Make a couple of test hits and see where we're to with it. Tune is just about done writing. I'm going to fire up the car then. I will just drive it a little bit just to get some heat in the ring gear and the transmission. Just not to make a hit on it when it's cold, because it's not too bad here today, but it's just nice to get everything up to temperature before we go making either wide open throttle pull. Okay, so I got the RPM calibrated. I like to do it by wheel speed on this, just sometimes I get interference with the tack pickup that goes on a plug wire. I can go on the primary side of the ignition coil, but you got to cut the loom back off the harness. So I normally, on a manual car, I will do it this way. So basically I'll get the car in the test gear, and so we're 4th gear, and I will get it at 2000 RPM. Normally I do it on my scanner, so it's a lot more accurate, and then I'll just hit calibrate, and then whenever I'm in 4th gear, it will know the RPM from wheel speed or drum speed. So that's what I like the best. Yes, it can screw up if there is wheel slip, but I've had pretty decent success with this dyno with not having slippage where it's such a large drum. So we're just gonna give it a couple more minutes to get some heat in it, and then we'll make a hit. Okay, we're ready to make a hit. The coolant temp is up around 180, 183. I'm just in 4th gear. We'll make a hit and see where we're to on AFR. I had the ignition timing. The ignition timing is still really low, so it's not going to be a power run. So okay, let's see what we got. And that's only, I believe it was 665 I ran it to. I'm gonna stop the log. That, oh, you can't hear. That was 817. Let me see if I can get it open. I'll kill the fan so you can hear me, and I'll show you the graph. So that was 817, 762 torque. The air to fuel is still too rich. We'll have to address it down here. I do need to change the reference line, but I am recording the AFR in the car on a wideband as well. Yeah, so it's about 62, 61, 62. With this centrifugal supercharger. Sorry, let me get the... Kill that noise. With the centrifugal supercharger, obviously the higher the RPM, the more boost it's going to make. So the higher we go in the RPM range, the more power we should see. So yeah, again, it would have still been climbing. Okay, so I got another tune loading in there now. I'm just going to flick on my fans and get ready. I have these on. It should be done. Okay, we're logging there, ready to make a test hit now. Just turn on my pump for the air to fuel ratio. I don't trust that one at idle, especially on such a large cam car. I just basically use it for wide open throttle. I'm logging both of them anyways. So traction control off. What it made. $848, air to fuel still rich there. I'm just going to stop the log now and compare the two, air to fuel, look over and possibly make a few changes. Okay, so I got another tune loaded in there. What this kit does is it cuts the factory airbox. I never even looked honestly to see if it had, I know it has an aftermarket filter, I just don't know what it's like in there. So I put the velocity stack on and I'm going to try it with the velocity stack on now and see what that does from there. That last run made around, I'm gonna say about 120 kPa, give or take. I'm not sure what the barrow is today, but I'm gonna say around 16-17 pounds of boost. So I'm gonna fire it up, make another run, and we'll see. We may gain a little more boost with the stack on, but we will see in a minute. Okay, let's see what it made that time. Yeah, 932 and 817. It is restricted by the filter, so let's see where we're to with boost now. Yeah, we made about 12 kPa more, so wasn't a great gain, but we're pretty much at the limit on the factory injectors. The duty cycle is a lot different on these injectors, where it's only spraying, like a typical port injection can spray through the full cycle. This only has a certain window to spray through, and we had to play with injection timing to get that correct as well. If not, you're going to blow fuel out the exhaust. You will show richer AFR, but it's essentially just dumping raw gas out the exhaust. Alright guys, I'm back again. I had to run out and do a few other things and run to the other shop. So I'm gonna lean it out a little more because it's still a little rich, even for DI. You can go a lot leaner with the DI setup. So I'm not going to run it to the peak of where we're risking damage or anything like that, but I just think there's a little bit to gain. So I'm going to lean it out, and I'm just loading that tune in there now. I still have the velocity stack on the blower, so yeah, I'm just going to wait for that tune to load. I'm going to power up my fans. Again, I've been gone. It's dark out now, but it's dark at 5 o'clock in the evening now, so I'm just going to drive the car, like I say, to get some heat in the ring gear, heat in the transmission as well, and let the motor and the oil come up to temp. Alright, so I got the car up to temp. We're in 4th gear, just getting ready to make a run, so let's see what it does. Might have let out a little early. The tach rises so fast, it's kind of hard to keep track of it. So just stop that data log, kill the engine, and let's see what we made. Yeah, now we're right about the same. So yeah, even a little less if anything. Yeah, it was 932, so. Okay, so after looking through it, I'm thinking I'm gonna try something else. I was tuning this car speed density because the customer wants to change the intake and go to port injection down the road, running off a Holley Dominator. I am not sure what way that works, how the Holley integrates with the factory harness. I haven't done it before. So I was tuning this speed density, so it wasn't, because if you tune a mass airflow, any change in charge pipe, intake, anything is basically going to change the mass airflow transfer function, essentially. So I am going to have to blend it because I'm having a job pulling fuel out of it up high. So I just loaded another tune in there. Yeah, I'm just going to fire it up and go flick on the fans and make a run. Okay, so I'm in 4th gear. I got the fans, everything on there now. Just going to start the logger, sort of scanner, the data log, and we're going to make another hit and see where we're to. I'm suspecting we're going to be on the rich side on this because I'm starting to blend from speed density into mass airflow, but should be pretty quick to pull it out, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, it went off the charts rich. I gotta pull a ton of fuel out of that and be right back now, 1 second. Okay, so I pulled a bunch of fuel out. It's still maybe rich. I'm not sure until I get into it. So let's make another hit and see where we're to with it. rich, but we weren't off the charts rich there, so kill it. Stop the log and let's see what we made. Yeah, 9.6. 1 second. Probably can't see it from there. It's still, the air to fuel is still not, well, it's still 10.0 there, but I would like this car around 12.0, but it was 966, 807 torque. So I'm going to kill the fans, make a few more adjustments. I'm going to leave the fan on in front of the car just to cool the intercooler. This car still only has an air-to-air on it, so I'm going to leave that running just to try to get any airflow I can through the front grille opening while I make some changes here. So okay guys, after figuring out a few things in the tune, I just beat my head against the wall with it, so I reached out to a friend of mine. He's actually over in Dubai and he tunes a lot of high-end cars, like any Lamborghinis. We were chatting today, he was tuning 1,000 horsepower GTR. So I reached out to him. You can check him out on Instagram at Mass Tuning. But yeah, so I got another one loaded in there now, and I'm just going to make another hit. We just made 966, and I'm going to start the scanner now, see where we're to. Actually, before I make that hit, I'm going to check the methanol level. It has 3 meth nozzles, so it consumes quite a bit. Okay, so let's try this again. Got my scanner going. Get it about 25 before I start to run. Now, the moment of truth. How much did it make? It's 981 on that run. It's still rich. I see 10s at some point, so I'm gonna clean it up like around 11.8, 12.0, and we'll be back and make another one. Okay, so I got another one in there. Let's see what this does. We're creeping up pretty close on 1,000, so maybe this one will break the mark. So damn close. 990. There gotta be 10 left in there somewhere. Save that, we'll look over it and see where we're to. I think that we're getting near the limit. yeah, we're getting near the limit on it. I'm just gonna keep cleaning up the air to fuel. We still are a little rich down low, but yeah, we're still a little rich down low. It's not where it's making peak power. Where it's making peak power, we're probably half a point too rich. So we'll clean that up, and we'll make another one and see where that brings us to. Okay, so another tune loaded in there now. I made 990 the last run, so I don't think it's gonna do it, but we'll cross our fingers and hope that it breaks 1,000. I'd be pretty happy if it did. So let's see where we're to with it. If not, like, we're pretty close, and again, we're on 91 pump with med, so I think it's still pretty damn good. Get my graph ready. Okay. Now the moment of truth, did it make 1,000? Nah, right on, same thing, 990 again. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I probably won't get to do any drivability stuff tonight. I'm just gonna look over this log, and yeah, I'll try to do some drivability stuff tomorrow and see where that leads us to. Okay, so after saying it a couple of times already that I think it's good there, I let the car cool off a little more. It wasn't hot, but well, cooling temp is still on like 180. I made a few more changes, just cleaning up the air to fuel. I don't think it's going to pick up much, but I said in case it do, I gotta get that video. So let's see what it's going to do, and let's hope we see 1,000. Now the moment of truth. Certainly felt good. 1,005. Excellent. Perfect. It was just a little touch leaner on the air to fuel. It's hard to see. We're still in the low 11s. It tapers off a bit towards the end. I will have to address that. I guess more airflow, but like I say, 1,005. Let me get out and check. I don't have my glasses on, so. 1,005 and 855. So let me go back again and look and see. I'm not sure what the boost was, but I don't say it's much more. Yeah, there's about 137 kPa. Let's see. So we're 19.5 pounds. It was like 136 and change, so almost 20 pounds of boost. So I'm gonna leave it there for real this time. I am going to leave it there and just touch up some of the drivability stuff, and hopefully try and get the car back to the customer before the weekend. It is only Tuesday now, but he's a few hours from me, so it'd be nice to get everything clued up tomorrow, and hopefully have it ready for Thursday evening, so he could pick it up Friday if all worked out well. But I'm pretty pleased with that, and we'll see how much more we can push out of it down the road. I'm sure he's going to be changing a pulley when he does the port injection. So you do have the intake manifold already. It's an aftermarket intake manifold. I'll kill that pump there now. The intake manifold is here. It's the BTR Trinity intake, and it is designed for port injection. So we will just have to tee off the 4 Innovations fuel system and feed those other rails, but it should have no trouble to feed it, the triple pumps in the tank. So that's probably going to be it for this one, and I will just do the drivability stuff tomorrow. There's nothing exciting about any of that, so hopefully we get you in the next one, and stay tuned. So I'm hoping to get some content when I go. It will be at a racetrack. There's a couple other shops I'm going to, so hopefully I get some of that up for you guys later next week. And yeah, stay tuned, and we'll try to keep more content coming. Thanks.